Hey there, welcome to the lesson. For this one, we're going to do something a little different than anything I've done before for this helping friendly look. So I've had a few requests from guitar players on how to play the chords in the Landlady section of Punch You in the Eye, and also from a bass player. And something I've never mentioned before on this channel is that most of the gigs that I do as a working musician are on the bass, just because I feel like there are less bass players and it's a little bit more in demand. So from time to time, I'm down to do bass lessons as well if people want that. So first we'll do the guitar, and then take a look at the bass part, and I'll put a timestamp in the description box in case you're a bass player and don't care about the guitar part, or vice versa, so you can just hit the link and go right to the time in the lesson that suits what you're looking for. And let's take a look at it. Okay, so here we go with the guitar part. So we're going to have a lot of half diminished chords, minor chords, dominant chords, and a couple other things here and there going on in this. So the first of which is going to be a G sharp half diminished chord, starting on the 11th fret of A, and it goes like that. You know, a lot of this song is in F sharp Aeolian, so we could think of our key center in that case as A major. So it's kind of cool. We have the what normally would be the Locrian with this half diminished, but leading down to the Aeolian. If you're not sure what I'm talking about with that, check out on the playlist tab of my channel. I have a whole live stream that I did on the major modes and melodic minor modes as well, if you're curious about it. So anyway, here we go. We've got A, G sharp half diminished, and then we go down to F sharp minor. I'm doing a 7, and I think that's what Trey does, and occasionally he'll throw in the pinky up here, and then back to the same half diminished, back down to F sharp minor, and then a little passing thing here. We're going to do minor, E minor, and then A7 to lead us into a bit of a key change. So whenever you see these kind of things, this is a 2-5 change rather. Gosh, I can't talk. So the E minor is the 2. The A is the 5 of D, because that's where we're heading. Then we go to this D sharp, or rather E flat half diminished. Then after that is going to be a C sharp minor 7. Now this was a really tough one to decipher, so what I'm just doing here is going C sharp minor 7 and then just dropping the bass note down, so it ends up being a C major 7, down to a B minor 7, and then back to our G sharp half diminished, and then back to F sharp minor. So let's do just that little section. Here it is, 2, 5, 1. And then moving right along, we're going to go to a B minor 7. Now that little change there, again, it's a 2, 5, 1. So hopefully, you know, as you start hearing these things, you can identify those just by the interval, the sound of it. You know, if you hear that in a song, you go, okay, that's a 2, 5, 1, and it just cuts down on some of the time you have to spend learning what stuff is. It takes some of the mystery out of it. So we've got B minor 7 to E 9, then A major 7. Now all we do here is we keep these two fingers where they are, ring finger and pinky, and then switch around these. So we've got an A sharp, would this be half diminished? Yeah, half diminished, like that. really I should call it a B flat half diminished, I guess, and then back down to A major 7. Then we go to an A flat dominant chord, so A flat 7 to a D flat dominant chord, that's a D flat 9, to lead us to G flat major 7. I'm switching around my sharps and flats, I apologize about that. Okay, then we do another E minor 7, which is our 2, A7, which is our 5, back to D major 7. So that's a great change. Then we go back to this E flat half diminished, back up to this G sharp or A flat half diminished. Then it leads us all the way back to F sharp minor 7. So this second little half of it from B minor 7 is. Then I threw in this lick. This one of the people that requested this was Denny. So thanks, Denny, for the idea to do this video. But there's this specific version. I'm drawing a blank on what the date was for it, but I'll put it in the link or the description box. And anyway, it has this lick that goes 9 of A. So pretty much an F sharp minor Aeolian run, but then it ends up with the major third of C sharp, which is the 5 chord. So if you think of it that way. He doesn't actually play that note. I'm just doing it to show you the context of that note. Cool. We'll take a look at the bass. Okay, so let's take a look at the bass part now. And for the transcription, I did it off of the studio version of Landlady. So should be pretty close. A couple of the rhythms might be a little different, but should get you in the ballpark. Starting on the 4th fret of E. Now, we're going to go to the change to B. Now I just threw in this lick that the guitar does. and I ended on C sharp because the guitar is playing an F at the end, and F is the major third of C sharp. Now, if you don't have a 5 string, you can just play C sharp on the 4th fret if you were to do that little ending part. It's a little different anyway. I just threw it in there to kind of cap off the section we were doing. But it is kind of cool as a bass player to look at what the chords are and to analyze some of those little fills, and you'll be better informed on why he's doing what he's doing, you know, trying to hit on the 3rd, or, you know, he does a lot of really cool stuff in there. So if you wanted to simplify it, though, if you don't feel like playing all the busyness of that, because it is, for Gordon, it's a bass part that has a lot of notes to it. So if you wanted to trim it down, you could just look at what the bass, the root notes are of the chords, and kind of follow that if you wanted to take that approach. But hopefully that gets you in the ballpark. All right, thanks so much, everyone, for checking out the video. If you have ideas for other sections of songs that you need help with, could be a solo or a riff in a song, or just maybe a 1 to 2 minute section for this Helping Friendly Look series I'm doing, just leave a comment below, and I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.